Good afternoon, everybody. I am student meteorologist Justin Williams here to give you your North Georgia weather forecast. So this is your satellite observations here, and we can see a big hunk of clouds really everywhere across the United States here. But I'd like to hone in on Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana and what those are doing. So that is going to be making its way into the southeast, into North Georgia, kicking out all the dry air and replacing it with a little bit warmer air and a little bit more moist air. And that will be setting the stage as we go in to the next couple days for our next big weather event. So we can see there was a surface high pressure system dominating the southeast, keeping us dry and decently warm. But all that warm air moving in will be kicking its way through and will be kicking the high pressure out into the Atlantic as we go into Monday, and as we go into Tuesday, making room for this low pressure system, this mid-latitude cyclone, to move eastward, and which will be affecting us going into Tuesday and Tuesday night. So what are the severe parameters for this storm? So where it starts getting interesting for our area would be Tuesday. Let's take a look at some of the severe parameters here. This is the significant tornado parameter, and we can see starting Tuesday morning, it's not too bad in terms of our area. We can start seeing a little bit of a bullseye forming for Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, but we can really see the bullseye forming as we go into Tuesday night, going into Tuesday morning, as these storms starting to mature and move into our area. They are going to be pretty super powered, mostly to our north though. These are decently high parameter or values here for this parameter, basically saying that there is going to be a decent probability that suggests that there will be a tornado-inducive environment. It's not saying there will be tornadoes or that there is a 90% chance of tornadoes in these white regions here. No, sir, not at all. It is just saying that there might be an environment that could support tornadoes. So it is not an all in, all say everything that we have to abide by. That's why it's important to look at other parameters like CAPE. So this is the same time starting Tuesday morning. Let's see how this evolves as it goes into Tuesday evening. And we can kind of see, unfortunately, another bullseye over Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, and almost drooping its way down into Tennessee and northern Alabama, kind of leaving out North Georgia, thankfully. But unfortunately, this bullseye is another suggestion that there will be intense, vigorous convection that could support bigger, stronger, and maybe supercells in the environment in this area. So unfortunately, the severe weather chances for Kentucky, North Georgia, Kentucky, North Tennessee, are going to be rather significant going into Tuesday night. But for us, not so much. The CAPE will be dying down as it goes into night, which is normal. The environment stabling as you go overnight, that is completely normal. Most likely these storms will kind of condense and start coming together here. Let's kind of take a look here. This is the NAM model. It's pretty far out so far, so this is not the law either. It's very much up to interpretation here. But we can kind of see some of these storms trying to come together here, which is indicative of them coming together overnight. Thankfully, these storms may not be too strong over Georgia, as normally they tend to weaken as they go into overnight, going into lower Cape regions. But we'll have to see as we get closer to the event, as we get closer to Tuesday night. But fortunately, these storms will be making their way out of Georgia going into Wednesday evening. So we should be clearing going into Wednesday night and setting up for a pretty later week. Here's your temperatures here. Just to summarize, we're going to be having some warm air moving in Monday, Tuesday, setting the stage for the storms Tuesday night. And once they get through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, going to be quite chilly, kind of a burst of cold air again. Temperatures into the 30s. And maybe a little bit lower as you go into more mountainous parts of North Georgia. So a frost advisory might be certain as we get closer to this time, as the models start realizing it. So just be aware, cold temperatures are coming. They're not gone quite yet. Once again, I'm meteorologist Justin Williams. Like always, go Dogs.